Thank you and welcome. I really am honored to be here to share a moment of peace and relaxation and just a chance to learn about our breath and how it works for us. So we'll just take a brief moment and just get comfortable with ourselves and settle in and take a couple deep breaths. Breath brings health. Breath brings well-being. Breath brings consciousness. When we speak of consciousness, we're talking about an awareness of ourselves, our environment, how we are thinking and feeling. One practice that I like to do while I am enjoying breath is to imagine myself watching myself. Just taking nice deep breaths with your eyes closed and seeing yourself sitting wherever you're sitting and doing whatever you're doing. And just observe. Just watch yourself. And the more you practice this and the longer you do this, the more you'll be able to eventually perhaps see yourself in your environment from a bird's eye view. And it is from this stretched distance that we are able to release taking things personally. And we're able to see that we ourselves are a part in a story along with others. And as we observe ourselves navigating through our story and taking our breath, our consciousness grows, our awareness of ourselves and each other grows. It has been said that one conscious breath in and out is meditation. And so today we're going to work on just taking some nice deep breaths. Just paying attention to ourselves and maybe going through our body, a little body scan. Could start at the toes and wiggle them. We're looking for places that hold tension or just need a little extra stretch or a little extra wiggle. So feel free to go at your own pace as you move on up to your ankles, up your legs, just flexing your shins and rolling your knees. Go ahead and move on up as you feel comfortable in your thighs and shaking your hips, moving them back and forth, taking some nice deep breaths. Focus your attention on your breath as you shimmy your body up from toe to head. Maybe take a deep sigh when you get to your belly. Those release sighs really let out a lot of what no longer serves us, things that we're holding that we just don't need anymore. So when you let your breath go, let some things go as well. Moving on up to your chest. Maybe you need a couple of extra breaths here in your chest. Filling up your lungs and expanding your heart to where you pull your shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath out. There is a special part of our bodies that is deeply affected by our breathing. It is called the medulla oblongata. It features nerve tracts. It's a relay station. It directs nerve signals throughout our body. The medulla oblongata is located behind your neck. You'll feel those two very dominant veins and muscles grouped together that connect your spinal cord. Those often hold a lot of tension if you want to give yourself a little self massage and just rub those. But where we're aiming for and where we're going is at the top of those. Where those connect to your head at the base of your spine, at the base of your head and at the top of your spine. This is where your medulla oblongata is located. It's a great place to just put very sure. Just give it a little massage. Our breath will stimulate this from within us, and our fingers rubbing and massaging this area is really going to give our bodies a great reset. This is the area that connects our brain to our spinal cord. It features a lot of amazing things, such as balancing our emotions, releasing impulses, growing our consciousness, our awareness. It's also known to improve thoughts, improve the quality of our sleep, provide emotional control, increase our attention span, reducing our blood pressure, lowering our stress and anxiety, actually even eliminating back pain. Conscious breathing, affecting our medulla oblongata, also can balance our cortisol levels. Conscious breathing helps us grow from instinctual to our elevated minds. All of these health improvements that I spoke of come to us when we practice nasal breathing, using our nostrils. First, we're going to, using our thumb and our pointer finger, we're going to put them up by our nose, and our thumb will close our left nostril as we breathe in through our right the best we can. And then breathing out, we can open both nostrils, and then we'll use our pointer finger to close our right nostril. And breathing in, and then just exhale regularly. We're going to go back and forth and do this 3 or 4 times on our own. Our thumb closing our left nostril, breathing in only with our right, exhaling, closing our right nostril with our pointer finger, breathing in through our left. This is just one example, and one we can stimulate some of these thoughts, some of these things that I discussed, and many more. When we breathe in through our nose, we are actually oxygenating. It brings oxygen to our entire body quicker and more efficient, and more makes it to our cells, because the nose allows our breath to be warmed and cleansed before it goes into our body. Nasal breathing is one of the most important things that we could be practicing. To do that, we just relax. Breathe slowly through our nostrils, steady, fully, and hold our breath at the top of our breath for a moment, exhaling, and then holding your breath for as long as it's comfortable. We don't want to be gasping for any air at our next breath. That means we've held our breath too long. We're just going to sit together and practice nasal breathing for a moment. A game that I love playing with nasal breathing is called box breathing. If you'd like to join me in this, we will take a moment to inhale while we slowly count to 4, and then we will hold our breath while we count to 4, and then we will exhale, slowly counting to 4, and then we will hold our breath and count to 4. I would love for you to do this more on your own, at your own pace, so don't feel rushed if I'm at the number 3 and you're not yet there. Just take your own time and do 3 or 4 of these at your own pace, but I'm going to demonstrate and lead as I go so that others can follow along if that works better for you. So together we're going to take a nice deep inhale, and in our minds counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we ought to be at the top of our breath with a body full of air, and we're holding our breath, and now at 3, 4, and then exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here our body ought to be empty of breath. As we hold our breath for the count of 4 at 3 and 4, then slowly inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, holding our breath for 4, and exhaling for 4. Do this with yourself for 3 or 4 times. And as you're finishing up, holding awareness to the consciousness of playing with your breath, of how it feels to take a moment out of your life, out of your busy schedule, and be at peace with ourselves and be in our bodies. Let's take a moment and give thanks to all the parts that breathing affects, and to share gratitude for what will be given to us as a result for taking these few moments for ourselves to regather, to transition in a peaceful way, and to give our body and our mind and our emotions thanks for a week worked well and a weekend to celebrate and relax and enjoy our families. Please keep in mind how beneficial it is to be focused on our breath. And if you just need a moment, I like to call needing a moment the pause. It's a moment where we can step away from whatever it is that is going on and just take a moment, pay attention to our breath, that one conscious breath that is meditation, in and out. It is there that you will find many miracles. Holding your breath when you're full of breath and holding your breath when your body is empty. The pause, those are the moments of the pause. And they hold miracles. They hold things you will never be able to imagine until you experience it. And the only way to experience it is to practice it. So I encourage you this week to find a moment or two to experience the pause, and perhaps a moment or two where you can play with your breath, with the box breathing or the nostril breathing or the fire breathing or the emotional breathing, where you act as if you are crying or act as if you are laughing really super hard, and just notice how your breathing affects your body and gives your body signals to take the next steps. And it also shows us how our breath works for us when we need it to, and gives us an opportunity to play with it, to allow that one conscious breath, that one moment of meditation. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend and a great week to come. I look forward to being able to share more with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out or leave some messages in the comments, and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you. Much love.
Thank you so much.